Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today we have some amazing stories to go over. Animes coming to VR in the near future. We're gonna get a sneak peek at Project 4 from Stress Level Zero. Facebook continues to buy every VR studio. The Deca move has impressed me. And of course we're gonna go over this week's release roundup and new updates. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into this video, starting with those upcoming games. Okay, so first on the list is the upcoming VR MMO Zenith. While the game is still a way off from being released, this is the first official alpha week and content creators do have permission to capture footage. I plan to be gliding around the game all week long, and I'll either stream it or have a first impressions up later this week. So if you're interested in learning more about Zenith, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn those notifications on. If you're looking for a game that's officially releasing this week, we have two awesome titles incoming. The first one is the tabletop RPG Demeo. Now I can't talk about this game just yet, but I will say you should be excited. If you wanted something that scratches that tabletop itch, this is the game for you. You'll select from 4 distinct characters, begin your dungeon crawl, roll some dice, and drop some cards. I really wish I could tell you more about this game right now, but I can't, and you guys are gonna have to wait till Thursday, but luckily I do have a live stream planned with Soulfox Gaming, Beardo Benjo, and Steve Knows. So come join us on Thursday. I'm very responsive to chat and will answer any questions about the game you may have. What I can tell you right now is the game is releasing this Thursday on May 6th. It will be available on Steam and the Oculus Quest. The Rift version of this game is currently delayed, but should be available in the near future. Now another title also releasing on May 6th is The Wizard's Dark Times. Now this game originally released in June of 2020, but it's now finally available on the Oculus Quest. This is a gesture-based spellcasting title where you battle a large array of different creatures. The Dark Times features a linear single-player campaign, some intense combat, and witty narration. Okay, so that was this week's short but sweet release window. Now if you're not interested in those titles, but do happen to be a Star Wars fan, we have the May the 4th Be With You sale incoming. Oculus has a bundle deal including all 3 Vader Immortal titles, Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, and Star Wars Pinball. Pricing on the bundle is dynamic, so if you already happen to own one of these games, it will adjust accordingly, and the absolutely amazing Star Wars Squadrons is also 50% off from Steam or the Epic Store. Now I know some people who didn't enjoy Squadrons, but I personally loved it, and for only $20 you'll get some of the best graphics VR has to offer, an iconic Star Wars experience, intense multiplayer action, and a 10-hour single-player campaign. So if you've been interested in picking up Star Wars Squadrons, now's the time. Okay, so if your wallet is not ready for any new purchases, let's move into some updates for existing titles. At this point, you should just assume I'm going to mention Population 1. We were just given a little teaser of Season 2, The Frontier, which has a Western theme and will introduce a new map area. Big Box is also promising that much more is coming this May. Now another popular VR shooter, Hyperdash, has also received some updates. You can now enable 120Hz on your Oculus Quest, and there's a new Capture the Flag map. Hyperdash is my favorite VR shooter and I can't wait to jump in and check this out, but there's just so much going on lately. If you wanted to test out the 120Hz mode, all you need to do is enable it in experimental settings on your Oculus Quest, then enable it from the Hyperdash in-game settings. Now there's one more shooter I want to mention, but not because the game itself has an update, but because Facebook has purchased the studio. Facebook has added Downpour Interactive, the creators of Onward, to their list of acquired studios. For those of you not keeping track, this is now the 4th studio, and the other 3 include Beat Games, Ready at Dawn, and Sanzaru. Now if you're thinking this means Onward is dead, the studio has promised to continue to support this title on all platforms, including Steam. They will, however, be moving on to another new project. I'm hoping we get something vastly different than what's out there right now. I wouldn't want to see the Onward community split by a new military sim, but it's most likely going to be a while before we see any new games, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so last on the update list, we're going to be getting a sneak peek at Stress Level Zero's Project 4 in the near future from the Node YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with the Node YouTube channel, they do a ton of crazy videos, and they also happen to be close friends with Brandon from Stress Level Zero. You've most likely seen them demoing Boneworks in the past, and in a recent update video, they told us we're going to be getting a sneak peek at Project 4. Just to recap, if you don't know what Project 4 is, Stress Level Zero, the studio that brought us Boneworks, is working on a new title that will be playable on the Quest this time. It's supposed to be set in the Boneworks universe, but there's no other additional information available right now. So go ahead and subscribe to Node and keep an eye out for this upcoming sneak peek. Okay, so that was all the gaming updates, but it also looks like HTC is making some huge moves. They have two new partnerships that I'm sure consumers will love. The first is with iFixit, a company that, you guessed it, is dedicated to helping you fix your own stuff. They sell an array of different toolkits, and now also plenty of HTC parts. So if anything breaks on one of your HTC headsets, you can buy replacement parts directly from iFixit, and the site also includes teardown guides and step-by-step instructions on how to replace these products. Hey Valve, take note, this is how you do it. There are plenty of people out there who would love to repair their index controllers, and I just went through hell with Steam support to get a replacement cable, so personally I would have just rathered purchasing one from the beginning. This can also be really beneficial to people in other parts of the world where the Valve Index isn't sold. I know people in Australia, Mexico, and South Africa who've had a friend mail them an Index, which is great and all until something breaks. A broken controller ends up being $150 in shipping fees. While iFixit doesn't cover all of these countries, their reach is a little bit larger, and giving consumers the option to repair their own equipment would be a huge step forward. I know Gabe Newell said they will be streamlining their repair process in the near future, but I think this is also another good option. Okay, so let's move on to HTC's second partnership, which is even cooler because you don't need an HTC headset to take advantage of it. HTC has partnered with Bandai Namco Pictures to bring anime to the Viveport platform. So it looks like in the near future that Netflix-style Viveport game subscription will also begin to include some anime. Now, we don't have specific dates as to when this will start or what content will be included, but this won't be limited to flat screen viewing. It's possible we can see a social application like Big Screen, a card game, or some other VR application that uses an IP from Bandai Namco. So it looks like HTC plans to offer us stuff that we can't get anywhere else. I'm sure we'll learn a lot more about this at next week's ViveCon. While we're on that subject, we have to mention that HTC's social media has been on point. We got another little tease of their upcoming headset, and it looks like it's got a lot of style. It also appears to be well ventilated. I'm hoping we get a standalone headset with a bit more oomph than the Oculus Quest 2, and I'm hoping we see some completely unexpected new features. Come on HTC, don't let us down this time. Okay, so we have one more VR hardware topic to go over, and you can actually get your hands on this for free right now. So I'm a little bit late to the party covering the Deca Move, and actually, my model is still stuck in the mail, so I've only been able to use the phone-based free version. Luckily though, I was in the closed beta, and I was definitely impressed. If you somehow haven't seen anyone else's coverage on the Deca Move, the quick explanation is this is a new method of locomotion for VR. Currently, the most commonly used methods are teleportation, head-tracked continuous movement, and hand-tracked continuous movement. Well, the Deca Move allows you to go hip-based. Now, this might sound pointless or even useless, but within 5 minutes of gameplay, I was impressed at how natural it felt and saw some clear benefits. The first time I instinctually sidestepped a fireball in Blade and Sorcery was an absolute wow moment. I didn't think to myself, turn your hips so you move out of the way of the fireball. I just turned my hips and shifted like I would in real life, and it was such a natural sensation. The product is simple, smart, and you can actually pick it up for free right now. At the time of making this video, there is a beta version available for Android phones. Sorry Mac users, it's not available just yet. The desktop application will connect to your phone over Wi-Fi, and it will begin tracking your orientation. You will need to use the Deca Hub launcher for it to work, but that takes absolutely zero effort. I did find working with the phone to be a little awkward. You can't clip it on your waist like you normally would, and if you put it in your pocket, it might bounce around a bit too much. You will eventually be able to use a Vive tracker for orientation if you have one of those, or you can buy the $60 device directly from Deca Gear, but those are just about sold out right now. Overall, I will say the Deca Move impressed me much more than I expected it would. Okay everybody, that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys on next time.